Bonjour, Monsieur Mike.
Bonjour, Edwige.
So we're back.
We are back. As always, I'm very happy to see you.
Me too. And if you remember last time, we talked about the first step on the trilogy, the HEART trilogy. Honesty, hope, and healing. And as you guess, today is our second step, which is about hope. And we're going to do some hot chatting on this concept. And Mike, can you tell us, what do you think of hope?
I have a little story about that. I've got kind of a joke about hope. And here's how it goes. So there's a huge flood happening, and there is a man on the very top of the building. Now, the only thing that's kept this man, who I might add can't swim, is he's hoping that God is going to save him. He's just got, and that's what's keeping him from jumping. He's hoping that God's going to send rescue. So the water is rising, gets about 2 feet from the top of the building, Edwige, and a man comes in a rowboat and calls out, "Hey, I've got room in my boat here, so hop on in, I'll rescue you." And the guy says, "No, you know what? I'm hoping God's going to take care of me. I'll be okay, thanks." And the guy, "Boat's right here. No, thanks. I think I'm hoping God's got it covered." The guy in the boat rows away. The waters continue to rise. Now they're about a foot away from the very top of the building. And another gentleman comes along, and this time he's in a speedboat. And he says, "Hey, I've got this boat. Hop on in, and we can speed off to safety." And the guy says, "Well, I'm hoping God is going to take care of me. I don't really need your help, but thanks anyway." He says, "I'm in this speedboat. We can be on this and away and safe in minutes." He says, "Well, no, I mean, again, thanks, but hoping God's going to help me out." "All right, suit yourself." The guy speeds away. Now the waters continue to rise. Now they're over the top of that building, and they're getting around the guy's shoes. And he's still, though, he's not jumping. He's not going to drown himself because he's still hoping that God's going to take care of him. Well, a helicopter comes along, and the guy in the copter calls down megaphone, "Hey, we're going to lower a ladder to you. We've got a ladder for you. Climb on up. We'll fly you out." And the guy says, I think I'm okay. I'm hoping God's got my back on this one." He says, "Buddy, ladder, copter, safety." "No, I think I'm okay. I'm hoping I'm all right." Copter guy says, "Suit yourself." Flies away. Well, nothing else comes. Pretty soon, the guy is flooded off and he drowns. Now he goes to heaven, and at the gates, he's very upset with God. And he says, "God, what happened here? I was hoping you were going to send me rescue." And God says, "I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter. What more do you want, buddy?"
I love this joke. And I've got a short one,
Yes.
a sweet one.
It's a great one.
Someone broke into my house last night.
Mm-hmm.
They took my antidepressant. I hope they are happy now.
I hope so too, Edwige. Now, what does hope? What does it mean to you? For me, hope is, well, I guess it started when I started to understand hope. Number one is the absence of despair. Number two, there was this time when it hit me that I had enough hope to have hope, which was kind of a new concept. And then it was actually seeing some of the light at the end of the tunnel. So for me, it's another one of those trilogies, but that's what hope is about. What about you, Edwige?
Well, it's a very tricky concept because you can easily fall into passive behavior, such as, "I'm hoping to get better." We don't know what it is, but you're hoping. What are you going to do about it? Well, my guess is if you don't do anything, it will get you to hopelessness. And there was a time when I worked at the drug and alcoholism rehab, and you know that.
Yes.
And I would ask the patients, "So what do you want for your new life?" And they would answer, most of them would, "I hope to not drink again." And I knew that was not the answer for sobriety, long-lasting. Do you agree?
I agree. It's really kind of a useless statement if you look at it that way. And it reminds me of a plaque that my father gave me when I think I was in grade school at the time. And I hung it on my wall in my bedroom. And it said something to the effect of, If you have built your castles in the air, that's okay. That's where they belong. Now put foundations under them. Hope for the very best, in other words. But it's going to take some effort. You have to build the foundations. The difference is when you have the hope to do so, you've got the vision to make it happen.
Well, I also believe that for those who are watching us, you started with honesty. Are you being really honest on the journey of hope and choosing to take responsibility for yourself? That is what I want people to hear.
Absolutely. And I understand that because when it came to my alcoholism, I had a pretty good idea that I was an alcoholic pretty early on in my life. It took a while for me to figure that maybe I didn't want that anymore. And about 10 years, I was saying, oh, I hope I get better someday. I hope that I'm able to defeat this at some point. And after about 10 years, I finally took some action on that. And as soon as that happened, I took that action. That was where I saw that light at the end of the tunnel that we talked about earlier. That's where my hope became faith. And I had faith that I would be able to change my behavior and basically get onto a pattern that was going to set me free, really.
Well, I love your story. And what's interesting hearing your story, it reminds me of mine, which is kind of different than yours,
Okay.
and yet similar in many ways. So my path was finding a yoga center, and not just an ordinary yoga center. It was in Paradise Island, which is an island of the Bahamas. And when I first experienced yoga, but even more meditation, I found that peace. And that experience of peace gave me hope that I could change my behavior and the belief that I would be okay. And it was working for me.
And I love that because the story is different, but they're parallel.
Yeah.
They run right along the same side. And really, when it comes to that journey, all roads, they lead to Rome, as they say, right? It's a journey that will take you from hope to healing.
What, Mike?
Yes.
Don't spoil it. Remember, next time we get together, we're going to tell them about healing. We got to stay on this hope thing.
Sure.
Because let's remember that, because repetition creates a new conditioning. So, first step is honesty. Then we get to the hope. The hope will get us to realize there is this healing possibility. But right now, hope is the biggie that gets us to the belief in ourselves that we can do it. The power of I can, which is powerful.
It's extremely powerful. And another powerful thing about this is that we are going to continue with the power of questions. And the next one is, where do you hope to go? Now that you've been honest about where you are in your journey, where do you hope to be? Where do you hope it takes you?
Talking about hope, how about doing a little bit of quieting down for the viewers to
Yes.
be with us? So I'm inviting you all to sit comfortably on a chair, keeping your back straight. It's very important. You are the throne of your higher self right now. And you uncross the legs and your feet are on the ground, connecting to the earth energy, being here now. And if you choose to, you can allow yourself to close your eyes and take a deep breath. The journey always starts with the breath. The breath gets us to relax. As you exhale, you're releasing all the stress in the way of feeling the peace, of feeling the hope, of feeling good about yourself. And as you keep your eyes closed and the breath going, I would like you to picture yourself as if there was a big screen in front of you, a 3D screen, movie screen. And I'd like you to project a picture of how you're going to feel with this hope energy, how your life is going to change. And just by hearing the word hope now, you're already changing the way you think about your life, yourself, your behavior. And as you see this clear picture, and if it's not clear, it's fine too, but something that conjures up this hope for you, I would like you to place a smile on your face. It's called the Buddha smile. And the smile of peace. And with that smile, I'd like you to reopen your eyes. Mike, are you back too? You enjoyed it?
Yeah? I'm coming back.
Yay.
Wow. It's funny coming back to being so present. Thank you for that.
Yes. And we're going to read a little poem.
The Hope poem.
The Hope poem. Because we want to, each time we get together, give you some inspiration before we say goodbye.
Yes.
So here is the poem. When the trial of life have you sliding down a slippery slope, reach deep into your heart and hold on to hope. Hope is a love song written from your heart. It is what you must believe in to have a fresh start. So, don't give up, for with hope comes healing. Have faith and believe, no matter what you're feeling. Hope gives you the power with faith to believe it. Then the rest is simple. All you have to do is receive it.
There you go. Love it.
Victory. And by the way, Mike,
Yes.
you want to let them know about questions they have.
Well, absolutely. Any questions you might have for us, for Edwige, Cherie, for both of us together, any suggestions, any topics you'd like us to cover, anything you want to hear, any comments you'd like to make, check out down here on the screen a little further. Our email addresses are right there. Feel free to send them out because we want to hear from you. We're all on this journey together.
Yes, because this is the journey that we're all benefiting from, not just us doing this, although we're having a good time doing this.
We have a great time.
And we hope you're having a good time receiving all of this. So,
That said,
what do we say but
victory
to us, victory is ours, victory to you, victory is yours.
Claim it.
À bientôt.
See you soon.